albeit unintentional. Look at the stats from the first quarter, the first half, and the Timberwolves shooting at 49%.
What a set offensive play by Minnesota. I mean, Garnett dribbles it up, goes to the weak side after he swings it, then comes back off a staggered double screen.
And Minnesota has about 10,000 plays in their playbook.
Ilgauskas, you're just wondering how long before he was going to get fouled or a travel was going to occur. One of the two.
You sound like you think that's too many.
I like it. What do they call it? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. You start throwing too many plays around for guys, they start forgetting them.
I'm very sensitive, Sean. I hate it when you call me stupid like that.
Ilgauskas was an all-star last year, and you wonder what this guy could have been able to have done throughout his NBA career if not for the number of injuries. You see, he played just one game all of last year.
His first season. He's the last guy from the last Cleveland Cavalier playoff team.
Right.
A team that had Brevin Knight, that had Sean Kemp, that had Derek Anderson, coached by Mike Fratello.
We've seen a lot of bodies come and go since then. Hassell shot no good. LeBron James with the big rebound.
Diop showing me a lot tonight. Nice box out that time on Madsen.
James jump shot short. Kevin Garnett only one there.
I'll live with that shot by LeBron James. I think once he develops that jumper from the outside, it's going to be a deadly weapon for him.
Look at Garnett on the glass, both ends. This guy works so hard. What an inspiration. He has set the tempo from the opening tap tonight, Kevin Garnett.
The foul is on Ilgauskas, his second.
And as Garnett is dominating both backboards, Diop, Mims, Ilgauskas, they've got to put more pressure on him, try to get to the glass themselves, try to run him, try to put a little bit of fatigue into him, if you can do it at all.
Garnett spins. Ilgauskas actually grabbed the back of his jersey. I mean, that's one of the best defensive moves you can put on. Davis tries to reverse it, no good. Ilgauskas tries to stick it back, no good. And then the foul going after the rebound. No foul, just knocked out of bounds. Belongs to Minnesota.
Looked like Garnett took that ball out of the rim almost.
No way. He was just above the rim. One of the few players who actually rebounds above the rim. What a back.
Well, there are a lot of players that rebound above the rim. I mean, he looked like he was playing international rules on that last possession.
Cassell and Diop says, Sam.
Diop's done a nice job of keeping all his blocks in play.
Ilgauskas fine and strong off the glass.
Flip Saunders realizing things slipping away right now.
It was a great pass by Ricky Davis. He had a wide open three. Instead of taking a low percentage shot, he dumps it down to the big center.
But Minnesota has not scored coming out here in the third. You've got to come out. Your first jumper to win on the road is so difficult.
Well, here's that block.
Into the backboard.
That was
softly.
He just pounded that ball.
Where's the defensive rotation?
Well, it was Madsen on Ilgauskas on that play, so Ricky Davis wisely gives it up. What is Mark Madsen going to do with a 7'3" center coming right at you? Not a lot.
Diop, the key on that block, as you pointed out, Bill, was that he got a piece of the backboard that kept the ball in play, and they're able to go off and run with it.
Basketball is such a rough and tumble sport. Shooting this quarter, the Wolves, they haven't made a one. Fortunately, Cleveland has exploded for 25%.
1 of 9 combined.
And the first half was an offensive masterpiece.
Garnett on Ilgauskas spins. Oh, that shot's going nowhere near the hoop.
Solid defense by Ilgauskas, who's doing a better job than Diop did.
LeBron James working on Sam Cassell, finds Capono, drops it down to Ilgauskas, gets Garnett in the air, and Kevin Garnett commits the foul.
No, they're calling a traveling violation.
Oh.
They're waving that off from the far side.
And KG pointed right over to the official as if to say, yes, superstar rules do apply.
And by the way, that was an excellent pass and penetration by Capono.
It was the right call by Kevin Fair.
Cassell, free throw line, won't go down. Jock grabs the rebound.
As sharp as Minnesota was in the first half, they're just a hair off in the second. 0 for 7 in the third.
Offensive foul on LeBron James as Sam Cassell kept his feet moving and stayed in front of him.
I don't like that call. Again, when you call charges in the NBA, I just can't agree with it. These are grown men. It's like calling it traveling at a pickup game. That's just strength there. Sam Cassell is still moving. He's not in position whatsoever.
He's moving backwards. What did you foul him with the sternum? LeBron James ran him over. You got to call that foul.
No, you can't. He's not. He's moving his feet. You got to be stationary to get a charge.
Now that's a block shot right there.
Yes, it was.
I love it when the big shot blockers let the offensive player slide by and then come from behind and just take it out of their hands.
Kevin Garnett, that was his second block of the game. He already has 10 rebounds, so KG already at his double-double.
Flip Saunders is going nuts on the sideline. It's like he's playing out there. He was a pretty good player. Ohio Mr. Basketball when he was in high school here.
Well, we have two of them here tonight, right?
Well,
LeBron James and Flip Saunders. That's 4 on LeBron James, and that is a huge problem with 8+ left in the third quarter.
Well, he got that bogus charge.
That was not a bogus charge. That was one of the finer calls we've seen this decade.
I thought in the history of Western civilization.
Well, do I have to get a chair in between you guys now?
It's only early in the third quarter.
Don't they have those bleeping out things like Springer?
Cassell with it now. Ollie on him. Into Garnett. Ilgauskas out to face him, hand in his face. Garnett, jump shot, no good. Madsen goes after the rebound. And the foul is going to be on Diop.
Paul Silas has come with a hustle and scramble lineup here in the third quarter. Wasn't happy with the lethargic play in the first half by his regulars. Kevin Ollie getting some time, well-deserved as always.
That's number 4 on Diop, so Chris Mim comes into the game. So all kinds of foul problems for Paul Silas at a time when his team looked like they were ready to make a run here. Sprewell, baseline, no good.
The third quarter score is 3-2 in favor of Cleveland. And we're over 4 minutes into it.
Cassell steps out on Ollie. You heard that too, didn't you?
And the fans are blaming the refs.
Yes. Oh, terrible play and a great defensive job by Minnesota. Sprewell uses the glass. And Latrell now with 21 points.
That was a beautiful move by Latrell Sprewell. The way he's able to use his body to keep Ilgauskas away from that shot, and he uses the glass as protection.
In the end, it's a game of quickness, and Minnesota has been supreme in that throughout this entire contest.
And they shouldn't be, because Cleveland has the quicker team. They're just not responding. They're not bringing the energy.
Well, Minnesota's just 2 of 11 from the field in the third quarter, but their lead is bigger than it was at halftime. Right now, they're up by 10. 2 assists and 4 fouls. And as we watch what his night has been like, I want to ask you guys, do you remember what your first month in the NBA was like?
Absolutely. Had a lot of fun. But the adjustment of playing so many games in so few nights. Remember, this is the 3rd game in 4 nights for LeBron. Tomorrow will be the 4th game in 5 nights. This is a tough league.
I tell you what, I can't remember back that far. I know Bill can remember back to the Jurassic period when he started playing. But that was a long time ago. I remember my first game, but my first month was... I don't want to date myself.
Davis goes up and gets blocked. Sprewell with it, has Ollie on his back. Cassell jump shot. Too deep, no good. Ilgauskas with the rebound. Ollie with the push.
If you're Cleveland, where's your dynamic play going to come from?
Nowhere. Your dynamic play is on the bench.
It's got to be Ricky Davis or maybe some penetration to kick the Capono or some three-pointers.
Right now, you don't have a scoring group out there on the floor for you.
Double team on Mim. Swings it outside. Davis wants to try. And dunk.
remember, it was a year ago that Ricky Davis was signed to a huge offer sheet by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Cleveland immediately matched it, realizing the immense talent in this 24-year-old Ricky Davis.
That was an immensely talented move last time down the floor, that's for sure. Hanging over Kevin Garnett.
Madsen gets a rebound and a couple of double pumps. Is the Mad Dog doing what he does best, Michelle?
He does that because he has energy, unlike LeBron. And you guys were talking about the lack of energy with Cleveland and how many games they've played. One of the things LeBron said was one of the tougher adjustments was all the travel they do and taking midnight planes and having to get to the arena the next day by 1 for practice and then play. And he said the toughest part is I just can't sleep on planes. So he can't get much done productively on airplanes except watching movies. And he's really struggling with that right now, the travel and the rigorous schedule.
Come on, these guys are like rock stars. I don't want to hear about the rigorous.
How about when we were flying commercial and we had to take the first flight out and you're leaving to go at 6 in the morning places, and now you got luxury jets. You come on there, you got shrimp cocktails and fruit cocktails for days. I mean, come on.
It's rough life, guys. It's not like when you play.
You give him a couple more years, I guarantee he'll be Rip Van Winkle on the jet, sleeping all night.
But he's probably got his own plane by now anyway.
That last free throw miss was the first miss of the game by Minnesota. Trenton Hassell was hit with the foul, and
but in LeBron's defense here, the ability to train your mind to be up at the right time it is such a skill that has to be developed over time.
And your body. You got to take care of your body as well, and you have to learn how to do that.
It's not like in high school where you can just come out and overpower everybody. There are some big, strong, talented guys throughout this league, and here's one of them.
Garnett ducks under Mim and then rolls it. Just impossible to stop. 16 for KG.
KG's showing these young guys how to play right now. He's showing you how and what kind of intensity to bring to the game.
Sprewell pulls up, jump shot no good. I think he figured he had Garnett underneath. If the miss, he would get the rebound, but
that's his shot. That's what Terrell Sprewell likes to come down and fire that little 18, 20-footer.
Davis skies in the lane, banks it off the glass.
And Sprewell, his game is shooting. It's not setting up other guys. And when you got a rebounder like Kevin Garnett who loves to board, why not jack it up in transition?
I take that shot too, actually.
I know, we saw that.
I only shot when I had it, right, Bill?
David Robinson has complained to us about that. McLeod just creates something that wasn't there and gets it from the free throw line.
Minnesota had no idea how good McLeod was when they first picked him up. They weren't even going to keep him. But then Troy Hudson got hurt.
Nice pass with that ball movement. Chris Mim on the receiving end.
Ilgauskas learned from the master, Sabonis. They're both from the same hometown. Ilgauskas grew up idolizing Sabonis, as so many young players did. Sabonis doing very well in business and running basketball teams over there in Lithuania.
Sprewell parries a three-pointer as he continues to be the hottest player on the floor. 24 points now.
Well, for a guy who hasn't practiced a long time, he sure looks sharp. That's for sure.
Capona.
Timeout again. Flip Saunders really working the sideline tonight, not letting anything go to chance here because this lead is very tenuous.
He can't seem to get Cleveland put away.
Fame today, what an exhibit. All the guys, Janice, Jerry, Bob Dylan, the Stones, it was beautiful.
You didn't invite me to go along with you.
I know you were busy.
Garnett with it, faces Ilgauskas. Jump over top of him, and what are you going to do about that? You got a 7-footer, takes a jump shot like that, you can't stop it.
I would make him put the ball on the floor and take the ball to the bucket and wait for some help.
Unfortunately, the defense has been so soft for Cleveland. They've only forced 6 Minnesota turnovers. They're not capitalizing on their edge and athleticism.
I agree. There's no way that this team should only have forced 6 turnovers with all that athletic ability on the perimeter with Davis and LeBron James and Darius Miles, guys that are long and athletic and can play passing lanes. They're just sitting back on their heels, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cleveland,
pick it up a notch.
Cleveland is second in the NBA in blocks. They're third in the NBA in rebounds. That should translate into transition opportunities.
A couple of bad misses for Ilgauskas and Mim. See if the Timberwolves can make them pay. Garnett reverses, spins it, no good. Madsen, no reason he should get that rebound, but the Mad Dog comes down with it.
How close to perfection was that drive by Kevin Garnett?
I would have liked if he stopped and goes off 2 feet and dunks that ball.
Well, he took off from the other side of the lane, Sean, please.
I understand, but he's 7'1" or 2. Go off 2 feet and flush it. I mean, he has that ability, no question about it. It looked pretty, but it could have been more effective.
McLeod pretty effective with that drive and the foul.
If he would have made that shot, that drive, that would have gone down one of the great plays in the history of basketball. And now here you are just ragging on the guy for not coming to a 2-footed stop and throwing it down.
How far back in history are we going? Are we going back to Springfield College?
I love it.
We're going back to Dr. J's swoop from the far side in the NBA Finals against Mark Landsberger.
Largest lead of the game.
But look at the difference. Normally they like to play Kevin Garnett up at that point position on this zone so that he can just smother the point guard. Where's the ball movement? It's certainly not there. Bailed out.
Oh, there is no ball movement. The ball movement is just putting the ball to the floor. That's about it.
And right now for Cleveland, it's just stick around long enough to get their players that are in foul trouble off the bench, including LeBron James.
Nice pass by McLeod.
Sprewell weaving his way. Finds Garnett wide open on the baseline. No good. Ilgauskas with the rebound.
Again, you see Minnesota taking a lot of jump shots. Where are they going to get interior scoring?
They're winning by 13.
They're playing against a team where they can get anything they want.
Mim from deep. Well short. Davis gets it back.
Wow.
That's too long. It goes off the shot clock and out of bounds.
I'll let you go back to your point about Cleveland waiting for Minnesota right now to fall apart. If your success is predicated on the failures of others, you're never going to be very good. You've got to come out and be able to dictate how this game is going to be played. And Cleveland has not done that at any point throughout the course of the evening. They've got to wake up. They're too good, too talented.
Down to the last minute plus here in the third quarter. Cassell dumps it off to Garnett. No good. Rebounded by Kevin Ollie.
And that's where they get in cold spells, when they start taking too many jumpers again from the outside. They can get away with it tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers, but how are you going to do that against the Lakers, the Spurs, the Dallas Mavericks? You need some interior scoring.
They're not playing those teams tonight. And right now, they don't have enough help to be considered a great team right now.
But as you know, it's the long haul, and this is a marathon in the NBA, and every game you try to improve. And again, they need inside scoring to take it to the next level. They're not going to get past the first round, and that's the big picture for this team. They're not going to get past the first round until they get some points in the paint.
Give them a chance to get healthy. Give them a chance to get Wally Z and Troy Hudson back. Remember, this has never been a fast-starting team. Timberwolves have started out 5-5, 3 of the last 5 seasons. Make the playoffs all the time. You're coming from a different perspective. You're coming from the World Championship San Antonio Spurs with Duncan and Robinson. Low post players.
Well, I know the guys to my right think they know what it takes to build a team to win in the NBA, but
yeah, get Tim Duncan and David Robinson on it, and Sean Elliott.
But you know what? You can build your own dream team. Play NBA.com's virtual GM and win prizes all season long. Miles to Ollie. Mim was wide open underneath. They didn't see him and settled for a terrible shot from the outside.
Now they'll play for one, Minnesota.
They just don't have the leadership on the floor right now, and that's scary to say because your leader is 18 years old, sitting on the bench.
With 4 fouls. Garnett sets a great screen. Davis, though, from behind against Cassell. Davis takes it, rolls it too strong, wave it off. The putback came after the buzzer.
It was coming out anyway, but you have to give it a chance to maybe bite.
You never know what happens. Maybe that ball stops on the rim. You don't touch it. Don't touch that ball when it's on the rim like that. When the buzzer goes off.
Maybe it's like the commercial where the guy tilts the table so that the remote comes right back to him. Paul Silas, Sagana Diop can stomp on the other end of the court.
You see that ball was coming out, but again, don't touch the ball when it's on the rim. Leave it alone.
And Ricky Davis is a new friend. The fourth quarter coming up. LeBron James is back into the game as he has to be. We're down to the final 12 of regulation, and the Cavaliers trail by 14.
Challenging the outside shooting capabilities of this Cavalier team. Nice pass.
What a pass. Ilgauskas has got to go right away with that, you would think.
He's in there pumping the mayor. He's pumping Hoiberg. Go up to the ball. You're 700. There's no way that he should be pump faking a guy 6'4", 6'5". He's trying to pump fake a guy who's, clearly he's got almost a foot on the guy.
You lose your confidence, though, when you have the foot troubles that he's had.
Doesn't take your height away.
Exactly. That was a while ago. All he has to do is go up and cram it on him.
And now they got Ilgauskas on his back. He does go up with it. Short, gets it back again. Weaves his way in. And the foul.
But in Ilgauskas, you've got such a talented player, so promising, who's had a career that's been destroyed by foot trouble that's already required 7 operations, 4 on the right and 3 on the left, where they're restructuring the mechanics of his feet. And now to come out and play against the winners of the genetic lottery, where he was the loser on that front, it's just incredibly difficult.
And if ever anybody who could have empathy for losing games due to injury, it is Bill Walton.
You see, he told us in the locker room before the game that his feet are feeling great. He's pain-free and he has no limitations any longer. We can only hope that condition persists.
Gary Trent, him backs off him a bit now, wants to body him. Back outside to Hoiberg. Ilgauskas from the baseline beats the buzzer, but it won't go. And now LeBron James with it.
Now you have Ilgauskas out there taking 15-footers.
James just creates. And that's what they'd like to see more. That's what Paul Silas would like to see more from LeBron James.
I agree. If I'm in charge, I give him the ball as often as he wants and live with the mistakes he's going to make, because he's a brilliant penetrator and creator.
I cannot believe what I just saw. Ricky Davis arguing with the referee while he's guarding his own man and allows Sam Cassell to just waltz right down the lane.
Davis has Hoiberg on him. Hey! All right. A man goofed up at one end, but how about a little showtime down at the other end?
10-3 run by the Cavaliers, sparked by the return of LeBron James. Able to get into the lane. McLeod. No step help by the big men defenders.
And you have Ricky Davis working in the block here. And Mim is wide open. This is how you finish, Bill. No pump faking down low. When you're a 7-footer or above, you better dunk the ball when you're 2 or 3 feet away from the bucket.
On their way back are the Cavs. Hey, Zach Randolph has become one of the big surprises in the NBA thus far this year.
Well, the surprise is what took the Blazers so long to put him into the lineup. The guy is skilled. He can shoot, he can move, he can think. He doesn't just rely on athleticism. He gets to the free throw line, makes shots from the line.
I wouldn't say that Zach Randolph is a great athlete. I think he has tremendous hands. He has a knack for getting rebounds. He's a ferocious rebounder. Gets a lot of putbacks. He has excellent footwork in the lane.
If Cleveland is going to win this game, better get an answer for Latrell Sprewell, because every time they make a run, they shave 7 points off a 15-point lead. Sprewell comes back. And Michelle Tafoya.
Well, John, if Cleveland's going to win, according to Paul Silas, they have to keep the energy up. He said, keep it up, keep going, stay focused. He said, we need to win, and you have to believe it's going to happen. Keep fighting. He finished by saying, this would be a heck of a win if we came back and got this. We would be straight ahead from here, guys.
Exactly. Davis pulls up short.
Good statistical signs for Cleveland. They've taken the lead in the overall rebound battle and the same on the field goal percentage contest. And those are the two critical statistics.
Darius Miles picks up the foul. Hoiberg's going to go to the line. And the lead is at 10.
Yeah, you sit there, you're right, you sit there, you look at the stats, and you wonder how Cleveland is losing this game. But really, Minnesota has done a nice job. They're out shooting them. They 73-65. They're getting more attempts. They're getting second chance points because they're running down the loose balls, getting pretty much every rebound, getting every opportunity. They're getting any shot they want. And they've just been aggressive, and they've ridden Latrell Sprewell this entire game.
And Ricky Davis thought he got fouled by Hoiberg, but it's just a strip. Garnett, too strong after zone, won't go in. Ilgauskas has it, loses it. Ball on the floor.
Very late whistle.
And now we got Mim and Garnett going at it. And Gary Trent was under the entire pile. I still never saw a jump ball get called there.
When the ball goes to the floor, it's always nice to have Gary Trent on your team.
Exactly. With that body.
He should be like in the world's strongest man competition. And he's a solid specimen.
They called him the Shaq of the Mac when he played in college, and he's nowhere near as tall as Shaquille O'Neal. So you know that was a huge compliment.
He could probably bench press this building. Look at those guns that he has.
Mim goes up and gets it. And LeBron James will set the offense.
That fast break that led to the jump ball is a classic example of one of Minnesota's real weaknesses. They just don't get to the free throw line.
Ilgauskas too deep. LeBron James kept it alive. Off a foot and out of bounds. It belongs to the Timberwolves.
You think they don't get to the line because they shoot a lot of jumpers?
I think that may be right.
Might be a correlation there. Cassell around Ilgauskas, comes up shooting and knocks it in. That's one of the things that makes him such a valuable player on the team. He makes the shot when it's a dagger.
Which is why I really like the moves that McHale made in the offseason, because they brought in scorers. Kevin Garnett doesn't have to make every single big play. And they're going to have even more scores when Zerbiak and Hudson come back.
Well, I think the thing that helps him with having Sprewell and Cassell.
How's that not a foul? Oh, Latrell Sprewell's right in the referee's face, as well he should.
Yeah, now all kinds of body all over. Great move. The reverse by LeBron James won't go. Miles. Oops. Well,
not been a stellar performance for Darius. We talked about the discipline needed to play against Garnett and Sprewell.
in fairness to him, though, the guy was wide open on the bench.
I was going to say,
there was nobody guarding him.
In the third row, maybe. I generally leave those guys alone, too.
Cassell now as Sprewell moves.
Sprewell is so open every time he comes off that high post screen. Offensive foul.
And Sam agrees.
You can't knock that hand away. You can't use your off arm to knock any part of the defender away from you.
I understand that, but Sam Cassell is
he agreed.
with the call.
You might want to tell that to Kareem.
Well, what I was saying about Sam Cassell and adding Sprewell, both those guys have been through the battles. Both of them been to the NBA Finals. Sam winning a couple rings, and that's the element that Minnesota needed as well. They needed some kind of playoff experience on that ball club.
7 straight years not getting out of the first round.
But a greater level of psychological toughness as well.
Oh, both those guys bring it. No question about it.
Hoiberg, deep three-pointer, no good.
Second in the NBA in three-point percentage behind Aaron McKee for Philadelphia.
And they're trying to exploit Hoiberg every time down the floor, putting a bigger guy on him. Offensive foul as Darius Miles dropped his shoulder.
And Garnett, he will not even let him make a basket after the play has been whistled dead. That's how fiercely he's competing.
That was goaltending, though.
I tell you what, I heard something very profound one time when you talk about quickness and guys that have speed. Darius Miles has a ton of quickness on Hoiberg. He made that move. Hoiberg didn't even have time to react, and Miles went right back into him. When you have quick on quick, those fakes work. When it's a slow guy, you got to give him a slow fake.
Quickness is about anticipation. It's about your mindset. And right now, Fred Hoiberger's out thinking Darius Miles.
I agree with that, but he can be in the right mindset all he wants, and if the guy is quicker than he is, he's going to get beat.
Well, sometimes you have to wonder if Darius knows what he's doing.
Diop gives it to Ilgauskas, no good, and the follow by LeBron James.
But Darius, he was chosen third in the draft. And we've got 3 high schoolers who were top 5 lottery picks. LeBron at 1, Darius at 3, and KG at 5.
Garnett waving the ball around. Sprewell, open look at 3. And Latrell Sprewell, it is his night now with 29.
He's one of those guys.
And Spree is getting into it with the crowd.
Yep.
No way the Knicks could use him.
He's just one of those guys where he gets it going. There's not a lot you can do about it. You have to make sure that he doesn't catch the ball in the first place, because once he gets his hands on it, it's 2 points.
Ilgauskas going to the hole.
Sam Cassell cannot believe it.
Says, I'm giving up my body, and that's the result. Minnesota trying to close out the Cavs.
LeBron through a newspaper reporter. It was printed in that paper. It told LeBron to stay focused and to work hard. I asked LeBron what he would say to Kevin tonight if he got a chance to talk to him, and he said, I'd say thanks for helping me get here.
Yeah, they really, you got to go back, obviously, Moses Malone, Daryl Dawkins. But that wave had ended. It wasn't even a wave. That was a ripple. That ripple ended. It's a wave now, and it was started by Kevin Garnett.
But it's a change in our culture and our societal values that no longer puts the ultimate emphasis on education and learning from master teachers.
Hoiberg just inside the arc. And it also has something to do with, I think, the money that can be made now as opposed to back in those days.
These guys should all be thanking David Stern and Michael Jordan.
No question. I think every player in the league should take a little bit of money out of their pocket and give it to Michael.
Oh, he needs it.
Well, hey, he influenced the TV contracts, that's for sure. The licensing money. All these guys out here on the floor make a little bit of money off Michael Jordan.
Sprewell grazes the front of the iron. LeBron almost tried to run with it before he had it. A timeout.
Confusion reigning supreme for Cleveland right now. And this crowd, which came hungry for Minnesota Timberwolves blood. Right now, they're looking for the blood of their own team. That's not a good thing.
It's a young team. Paul Silas, I'm sure, not sure exactly what to expect. To go, Latrell Sprewell, a big reason why LeBron James has had his struggles tonight. As we take a look at how the forwards have lined up.
At the top of the night, we talked about the need for Miles and Diop to play the disciplined game. They have been torched by Sprewell and Garnett in all aspects. And I know that Sprewell did not like to play the small forward position, but it has been very effective for him tonight.
Ron James with it, trying to break the defense down. No one's biting. Bremer into Diop. Working on Madsen. Swings it back out. Bremer, three-point specialist. But he has struggled mightily this year.
And what we're seeing is an intelligent Minnesota game plan of just back off. See if these guys from Cleveland can make anything from the outside, and they have not been able to deliver.
They don't have the confidence to deliver.
Shot strong on the rebound off the Madsen miss.
But the confidence though comes from your best player. And with LeBron not having one of his better nights, where else are they going to look?
On drives and finds a way to score.
That wasn't bad there. I'm telling you, I give the kid the ball. I run some high pick and rolls at the top of the key. I let him use his talent. Get him in situations where he's caught with a big man with him in a one-on-one situation.
I think LeBron needs to be more assertive.
Oh, there's no question he needs to be more assertive, but he's 18 years old.
I think he's being too nice.
Cassell just runs the clock down and then goes in for a layup drill.
You see what Oscar Robertson said this week about LeBron? He suggested that LeBron might be the next guy to average a triple-double because, he's very close almost every night. Nice give and go with Ja. But Oscar said that the rebounds are the hardest thing to get to make it a triple-double.
Well, he's averaging over 6 boards a game already. It's not bad for a rookie point guard. And I really believe that he's probably the second best passer in the game behind Jason Kidd. If he had the same type of personnel and people that understand the game around him.
Sorry for interrupting. You just caught me off guard. Better than Steve Nash?
Absolutely. No question about it. LeBron James makes
better than Yao Ming? Better than Shaq?
Yao Ming?
Yao Ming's a great passer. Shaq's a great passer. Better than Karl Malone.
Are you kidding me? LeBron James makes passes that point guards in this league can't make. And if he has the guys around him, veteran players that know how to play, his assist numbers are a lot higher. He makes passes to guys, and they don't even know they're open. I mean, half the time they're catching balls that are coming off their chest. This guy is a brilliant, brilliant passer.
I think he's thinking too much. I think he should just go back to the way he played in high school. And just think, hey, the rest of these guys, they don't even belong on the court with me. I think he's showing too much respect for the other team.
I couldn't agree more with that. And when he realizes that he is the man and he realizes his immense talent, it's going to be a whole different ball game for the Cleveland Cavaliers and the rest of the league.
How long is that going to take?
Don't you guys also think, though, as Garnett drops in another one, that LeBron James sees the opposition's best against him each and every night because of the marquee, because of all the hype? Every time he plays against another team, it's like, he's not doing it to us tonight.
Absolutely. If you get posterized by LeBron James, it's going to be on SportsCenter for months.
Bremer is just struggling there. Sprewell ahead of the pack. Is hammered by Capona.
Meanwhile, Sprewell continues to dominate. Here's LeBron. Nice little fadeaway over the top of a bigger man. Off the dribble, and then again. A nice little give-and-go effort. And that's just instinct. I mean, how many 18-year-olds that are playing high school ball or college ball know how to make that play instinctively?
Back to your point, John, we've seen the best from Minnesota tonight. As shorthanded as they are, with zero contribution from Olowokandi, this squad comes in outclassed physically, outsized, and they have outworked the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've outthought them from the opening tap. Give a lot of credit to Flip Saunders and a great homecoming here back in LeBron City. 31 points for Latrell Sprewell. And that is a season high. Kevin Garnett, 20 points, 15 rebounds. LeBron James, three-pointer won't go, and the mayor comes down with it. Hoiberg dumps it off for McLeod. Some real soul-searching in order for the Cavaliers as they travel tonight to play Atlanta tomorrow.
Well, you know, the good thing about those new luxury jets is that they have television screens and you can watch game film, and they need to watch the film of this game and really look at their effort and their defense. It's the truth machine. There's no hiding.
Ron James fights his way in, plus the foul.
Not a lot of people can do that in the league right now, Bill. Point guards at 6'8", 18 years old, must remind you, This guy's taking established players to the rack.
Just 2 assists, though, tonight for LeBron James to go with 18 points and 8 rebounds.
Hoiberg and Trenton Hassell making solid contributions for Flip Saunders. Interesting that Paul Silas has still got LeBron James in there. He must know a lot about time spent viewing.
That's right. Our viewers might be just tuning in now and want to see LeBron James. McLeod. Cut off. Bounce pass.
Indy Edey. Very promising youngster.
Edey. Another one of those guys that come straight out of high school. Just Mim ahead of everyone and gets hacked by Lewis.
See that pass, by the way?
Tuesday night, NBA TV, Memphis at Sacramento. That's 10 o'clock Eastern time. Then Wednesday night on ESPN, Detroit at Philadelphia. The answer is back even with a bad knee. And Thursday night on TNT, the Knicks at Indiana. New Jersey at the Clippers will follow that at 10 o'clock.
Remember you were talking earlier about how Flip Saunders really feels this is his closest team ever.
Yes.
And the chemistry has been very, very positive. It was so cute in the hotel last night. I'm walking through the lobby, and there's Kevin Garnett, Sam Cassell, and Indy Edey hanging out, laughing, joking. Sam, the old guy at 33. Kevin Garnett at 27. And Indy Edey, how old is he, 16?
He looks like he's 12.
Did you say that was cute?
He looked like Sean Elliott looks. They'll probably start calling him Little Sean as well.
The congratulations are coming out early here as LeBron James goes over to Kevin Garnett, gives him a hug as if to say thank you very much for blazing the trail for me to come to the NBA. And I'm sure KG saying stay focused. Sprewell says, I gave you a lesson, kid.
I just torched you on national television.
And Michelle is with Kevin Garnett.
Indeed, I am. Kevin, given the offensive struggles this team has been having in the early part of the season, what were you hoping here tonight?
I mean, obviously our offense is not ahead of our defense. You know, we're winning games just off of defense alone. Offense is a rhythm. We're trying to establish that, but consistently we have to come out and play defense night in, night out. And tonight we just wanted to continue that.
97 points, a nice offensive output for a team that hasn't been scoring quite that high this season. What does this win demonstrate about your progress?
Well, we're progressing every game. You know, got some guys banged up. You know, we got time to practice now. That's very important. We just got to stay consistent. You know, Michelle, our thing is, you know, being consistent night in, night out. That's our biggest problem.
Just before you go, LeBron James had hoped to talk to you. I saw you guys chat here. What did you get to say to him tonight?
I just told him keep playing hard, man. It's going to be nice like this, but you got to continue to set the example and play hard. He's going to be good.
All right, Kevin, thanks a lot. A guy that sets an example every night and plays hard all the time, John.
Well, Mr. Double-Double led the league in triple-doubles last year, double-doubles last year, and the big reason that Minnesota walks out of here with a victory tonight.
Tremendous performance from start to finish by the Timberwolves. Kevin Garnett, Sprewell, Cassell setting the pace, but the role players all contributed as well. Cleveland, they've got a lot of work ahead of them.
Excellent game by Minnesota. Came in with a great game plan, shut the Cavs down defensively. They brought the energy and effort. Kevin Garnett was